If you don't have an ISA, there is a 99% chance that you're leaving free money on the table. You need to take advantage of the opportunities to get money in this country, especially now that bills are going up and things are becoming more difficult in the UK. Especially now that the UK is proposing to reduce the maximum allowance for an ISA from £20,000 to £4,000. This is a big deal, guys. It's something I don't really feel so happy about, and I felt I should share this with you. As you work so hard for your money, allow your money to work for you by creating an ISA. So in this video, I'm going to share with you why up to £4.2 billion have been transferred from bank accounts to ISA accounts. This has happened in the past couple of weeks since the government made this proposal that they want to reduce the maximum allowance for an ISA. So many people have moved their money because they want to take advantage of this opportunity, and why I feel you should do so. I'm also going to share top ISA platforms where you can actually take advantage of the best rates in the market. This is based on my research. I'll show you where I got this from. You can explore some of these legitimate platforms, check out the interest rates, compare and decide on the one that you want to go with. Now, I'm not going to abandon you just like that. I'm also going to share with you a fantastic calculator I saw online. It really works, and I feel you should use it. Some of these free tools online, just use them, use it to calculate your investment over time. If you want to retire, how much you get as returns if you use an ISA. If this interests you, then watch this video till the end. Right now, let me show you what Martin Lewis shared on his platform. I feel it's so important for all of us to pay attention to this and understand what is happening in the UK right now.
Is the £20,000 cash ISA limit about to be killed off? And if it is, and you're a saver, what do you do about it, and what should you be doing about it now? I'm Martin Lewis of MoneySavingExpert.com, and I want to try and talk you through it. Now, the Chancellor Rachel Reeves has been evaluating cutting the cash ISA allowance. That's not a rumour. I know it for fact, and it's being talked about in political and policy circles. What we don't know is if anything's been decided, and if it has, what has been decided. So as a very basic concept, a cash ISA is just a savings account where the interest is never taxed. And you can put in up to £20,000 per tax year, and we've just had the start of a new tax year on the 6th of April. And once the money is in a cash ISA, it stays tax-free year after year. Now, the rumour is what's being considered is cutting the cash ISA limit from the current £20,000 down to as low as just £4,000. And most people think if there is to be an announcement on it, it would be in the autumn budget coming later this year, though nothing is certain.
Like he explained, it's not certain. It is something that they are currently discussing at the moment. And I feel it's so important for you to understand what this ISA is and how you can take advantage of this opportunity before they change the laws. Because if they reduce it from £20,000 to £4,000, it's going to affect everybody. It's making people get poorer, you cannot fight inflation. Things are just getting difficult in the UK, seriously. And if you are somebody that works, you exchange your time for money, you want to put your money in something that will yield interest. And that's what an ISA is. It's something that benefits everybody. Even though you're on a visa, you can take advantage of it. Now, the £20,000 that they have as allowance for your ISA covers the different types of accounts. You know that we have the lifetime ISA. I created a video about the lifetime ISA. I'll put the link here. We also have the cash ISA, or your stocks and shares ISA. Now, for the cash ISA, they will definitely give you that interest rates on any money you put there within the calendar year. The tax calendar year is between 6th of April to 5th of April the next year. So it's low risk investment. You're getting some returns. Remember that when you put some money in your bank account, you're not getting anything. It's not like in Nigeria, where you put some money in your bank account and it will grow. Sometimes they give you some interest, but here you see the interest rate might be 0.01, and when you see the £2 or £3 that they are giving you every month, you just feel like, what is this? So sometimes it's best for you to put your money in something that will yield some interest over time, because you are using it to fight inflation as prices of goods and services go up, you want any money you earn to go up. That's the reason why 4.2 billion pounds have moved from most of these banks that don't have any much interest to ISA accounts, because people want to take advantage of this opportunity before the government decides to, lower it to 4,000 pounds for cash ISA. It's important for you to note that the ISA allowance was increased from 15,000 pounds to 20,000 pounds in April 2017. So this going further down now for only cash ISA is going to be a setback, in my opinion. But we know that the reason why we are experiencing this is because of the trade wars or the tariff wars between America and China. It has affected many things. The investments going on is a bit low, when they had that market crash. And so you might have received some messages if you have an ISA. According to this article on Yorkshire Life, it says that so the very top rate is trading 212 at 5.04%, now 5.05%, minimum of £1. Then you can go to Moneybox at 5.03%, now 5.05%, a minimum of £500. Then we have Tremble at 4.8%, which is app only, and the minimum of £10. And also these particular ISAs, you can actually transfer your old ISA to these one as a new ISA. They allow for a transfer. They also say that now for the top bigger name easy access cash ISAs, we have Leeds Building Society at 4.41% variable with a minimum of £1,000. Next, we have Marcos, which is owned by Goldman Sachs, app only, is 4.3% variable with a minimum of £1. And the Post Office, which is probably the biggest of the big names I'm going to mention, which has a decent rate, which is 4.05% with a minimum of £100. 1 year, you've got UBL UK at 4.3%, now 4.11%, minimum of £2,000. Then we have Zupa at 4.3%, now 4.25%, minimum of £1. And the big name here is Santander at 4.25%, a minimum of £500. So these are some of the top platforms that offer this cash ISA that you can use if you're interested in exploring this particular route. Now let me show you how you can use a calculator, an ISA calculator, to determine how much you would get upon retirement if you save certain amount every month in your cash ISA. Let's go. The name of this calculator is isainterestcalculator.com. So let's just explore this. Let's just say we have no initial deposit, but we are putting in monthly, let's say £400. And then how many years? It has a maximum of 12 years. I don't know why it has only 12 years, but let's just push it to the maximum, because we want to calculate how much we'll get in returns and how much interest we'll have. So just push it to 12 years. Now, your interest rates, let's just say for trading 212, it has 5.04 or so. But let's just put 5% interest. Now, is it your first time? Let's say it's your first ISA ever. And age range, let's just choose something in between, 35 to 45. And the provider, will say that the provider is trading 212. Your annual income, let's say your annual income is 20k to 30k. Let's say something like that. If you have more, you can put it there. Advance, I don't really understand this concept of advance or not, so I won't explain it. Just say no. And then we click on continue, calculate rather. You can see that it's 78,705.49 pence. That's what you get at the end. Now, the total contribution is £57,600, and the estimated growth is 21,000. It's something. It's better you put your money in something that grows. Old age poverty is real, so you need to calculate how much you're going to put aside for retirement, because we are not all going to be as active as we are right now. That's why I'm sharing this. I'll put the link to this in the description box so that you can explore it for yourself and see other means of earning, even increasing the amount you put in your ISA, as well as maybe having a side hustle. So guys, follow my YouTube, follow my TikTok and my IG accounts. With the stocks and shares ISA, it's important for you to note that you are buying the stocks and shares of companies. You can decide to reduce the risk by buying index funds or ETFs. This is when a number of companies are all in one stock or one share, and you can easily buy them off different platforms. I'm going to share some platforms you can explore from Trading 212 IG. You can explore that option. When you buy a share or a stock, you are investing in the company, as well as some of them could give you dividends. You can decide to explore the routes of buying companies that have dividends as some of their way of rewarding their shareholders. You can explore that, but note that sometimes it goes up and sometimes it goes down, and sometimes maybe you might not get any much return. So it's a risk that you're willing to take when you decide to do so. The reason why the UK government is proposing to reduce the minimum allowance for cash ISA is to encourage people to invest in stocks and shares, but they want it to be with that of UK companies, not maybe the US or something like that. But we all know that many Brits prefer to invest in American companies because they are more stable, they give more returns most times. So that's why people have this huge trust with the US companies. Now, what can you do? If you want to play it safe, you can go with the one most people actually buy. For example, index funds and ETFs like the S&P 500. Many people will tell you that if you check the way that particular share has grown over how many years, it averages 7, 8 to 9% every year. And when you do that with a stable stock like that, you can see that these are the top 500 companies in America, and you're buying from Meta, that's Facebook, Google, one of YouTube. You're buying from these companies all together, and if some of them go up and some of them go down, it's still balanced for you because you will not lose so much money as much as if you buy one single stock and that particular stock goes down. So because you are buying into a basket of companies, like a basket with many company shares in it, it reduces the risk for you. Remember that I said I'm not a financial advisor, but I feel that some of these information is good for us to share it, get exposed to the tools around us. Then we do our research and make an informed decision. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.